Aloha and good morning to all you beautiful people, wherever you may be watching from around the world: Australia, New Zealand, UK, New Jersey, Las Vegas, California, Berlin. I'm trying to think of all the places I just saw yesterday where some of you are watching from. But it is a moderately early morning. It's 7 o'clock in Hawaii, and it is 79 degrees. We are at the Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center. It's right here on either side. And that's the Royal Hawaiian Hotel, of course, right there back behind us. And this is their entertainment bandstand. They have shows there 5 days a week. Many of you are aware of that. And that's the Island Vintage Coffee Company. That's the fewest number of people I've seen in that particular coffee shop in probably months. So how is everybody doing today? We are going to do a coffee walk and talk, and we're going to go to a not often mentioned but not often visited bakery. Aloha, Ann without an E, and Sandra, good to see you. John, always good to see you. Mary, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. You know the drill. If you're on one, please go to the other sometime during the stream and like and share it if you would. Be a part of the growth of this channel. You guys have done such a great, fantastic, wonderful job in helping out. I hope it continues. That, just for reference, is the Waikiki Shopping Plaza right there in the very center. You can see a little orange desk. That's the Waikiki trolley ticket booth. That's where you'll go if you ever have to come to Waikiki and pick up your passes, as opposed to having them emailed to you by the people at Waikiki Trolley. Tracy, great to see you. Nancy, always good to see you. Linda and Ronald, Teresa. You see all the people working out. The pretty empty streets though, huh? For being just 7 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, not many people out. Does anybody know where we're going? Or I think I mentioned it in the notes. So it's probably not a big surprise. We're going to the Halekulani Bakery, and we're going to have some of their famous French, Korean quinine pastries. It's a very unique pastry, not like most quinines. Lancelot, great to see you, my friend. 401, oh man, you haven't slept yet? All right, Nancy, I know that's a pain for you. I know you hate YouTube, but I love that you're making the effort. I love it, I love it. So I started off at Royal Hawaiian just because I often like using these. I don't always do it, but I like to start the streams, especially when we're doing shorter streams for like the Let's Eat or just short little single topic streams where we're going to go to a destination or a store or something like that. I like to start off with a destination, a landmark where pretty much everybody's familiar with. That's why I started at Royal Hawaiian Shopping Plaza. And now we are on Lures Avenue, which is running east-west, and that's Kalakaua, and this is Lures. Lures runs right into the Halekulani Hotel, and this is Waikiki Beach Walk, this whole area here. And it pains me to walk by the best Hawaiian coffee in all of Hawaii, but we're going to get some coffee at Halekulani Bakery. Halekulani Bakery is open Monday. I'm sorry, they're open every day, but Monday and Tuesday, they're open from 6:30 to 11:30 or 12:30, 6:30, I think 6:30 to 11:30. It's a very short window. And they make everything all at one time. And when they're out of whatever pastries they have. And their pastry chef is pretty world renowned. How's it going? He may have even originated making the quinimans French and Korean. I'm not sure. We'll have to look that up. Aloha, Tracy. Guys, Makes my heart sing whenever I see those YouTube comments. I can see the little YouTube icons. Yep, stream killer right there. Right back there is your hotel. I'm glad you got home safe and sound. Hopefully it was not too difficult of a trip. I think you had a direct flight after you went to the mainland, right? You had one stop at the mainland or something like that. Again, this is Lures. Lures, the one-way street that runs right into the Halekulani Hotel right there. One of our favorite hotels. We just love that place. This is the Embassy Suites. Here on the right, this is our back entrance, they call it, but it's actually accessed quite often from the people from the street. But the main entrance, which is like a main drive-up lobby, is on the other side. This is Roy's restaurant right here on the right-hand side. On the left here, famously, is Denny's and the Imperial Hawaii Resort right here. And then we'll just take this left here. If we go right, that'll take us to the Halekulani Military Hotel. Right there, you can also see Hilton Hawaiian Village, the Rainbow Tower. They are still striking, and they are striking today still at Hyatt. Boy, that lady smelled good. I wonder what that was. It smelled like Chanel Mademoiselle. Wow, that was so good. And you can see the beach right straight through there. But we're going to get much closer in just a few moments. So let's go in here and see what type of non-fat, non-supplemented flour, no sugar pastries we can get. Oh man, it smells already outside here. Look at this. Are you kidding me? How are you? How's it going? You remember me from with Bonnie at BSEC. We did the live streams over there. What's going on, man? Yeah. We're live streaming it now, actually, for going to Hawaii. So yeah. I live here, so I'm here all the time. But I've seen you there a bunch of times. Yeah. Different operations. Yeah. Are you're running this now too? Oh, cool, man. Food and beverage manager, so I'll hop all around. Yeah, I knew you were the food and bev because I see you out there. I see you hustling that buffet at night or in the morning, and then at night I saw you. We went to. You must. What was your name again, sir? Dan Chipchase. Dan, Tony. Say hi to everybody. Hello, this guy, guys, we hit you up for the house without a key all the time, Earls. This is the F&B man with the plan. If you see, when you go there, Janet, and you go to their buffet, that's the guy who makes all that happen. Yeah. All right, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, that guy's a killer, man. Bonnie Bise is our contact, but oh my goodness. What a nice guy. And he kills his job. I mean, he does such a really, really good job. He is there late at night, early in the morning. He's there for the buffet. He's there for the things, all the events at night. The only thing he doesn't do is he doesn't do Lures Lounge. But look at all these cool things here. All right, so let's just do a short walk through here. I'm going to go back the opposite way, but all these items they make here, that's like on site. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Yeah. These there's the peach cream ones. We're gonna get those. We'll get several things. They have packaged items up here too, but these are things they make here every day. Yeah, I like that guy. I love the hustle on him, man. He's there. Look at this. We'll do this. So let's try. Let's try and not. Let's do this, guys. I'm going to have you take a look at their merchandise right there, and I'm going to go grab some things.
Hi, good morning. No worries. Yeah. Please. The last couple days. Thank you so much. Good morning. Hi, good morning. I could help you here, sir.
Okay. One second, please. Excuse me, sir. Sorry about that, guys. I know I was kind of jumping around, but I couldn't do it with one hand. All right. And I'm going to have a large Americano coffee also.
Anything else today?
Just these things.
23.56, please. Are you having it for here today?
I'm sorry?
Are you having it for here today? Or to go?
To go.
Just a signature on this one for me, please.
It was 23.56. 23.56. How are you? Oh, thank you very much. Ooh. Man, the last time I came there, that counter was, I think that it was either. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Is there a? Got it. Got it. Saw it. You guys moved it. All right. Thanks. That guy does such a great job. I'm not just saying that because he's standing there or he's over there. He does such a great job. He is on the hustle all the time. He knows everybody. He remembers so many of the people by name. I mean, he's obviously here early, hustling. Janet, if you come, next time you come here, there's someone else, one of the other members who really likes this place. I can't remember who it was. But Janet, when you come here, ask for him, Rich. And I don't know how we're going to do this. Look at these items here. We're to give this a college try, guys. Guys, it smells in here exactly like you think it would. Oh my goodness, it smells good. Do you guys want to have it here or do you want to have it at the beach? I say we go to the beach. It's right there. Let's go to the beach. Yeah, I don't remember who else it was that really liked this place, who comes here often. But Janet, I know you do. Man, it smells. This box of deliciousness that we have. And you can have, obviously, as you just saw. Now, if you're a guest at Halekulani, I guess if you're not even a guest, you could go in there at Earl's and enjoy this Danish, or maybe on one of the tables there. Um, they're not as vigilant about, or I should say, they're not as militant as I probably make them sound, Halekulani. But it's just me, the way I look or dress, and they don't. They just kind of stand out, and they kind of give me more attention. Plus, I have the camera with me, so they don't, and they just don't want people going in there. But if you're a guest of another hotel, or certainly of Halekulani, you can go in there and enjoy these Danish right there, or do like I'm doing, walk to the beach and have them right there on the beach. We can either sit on the beach, stand on the beach. Maybe that monk seal will be there. Maybe we could share some of our pastry with the monk seal. No, and without an E, it wasn't. I don't think it was her. It was someone else. And they have that seating also, as you saw, on the outside of the building there. But boy, it's just coming out of this box. It smells so good. Did you see the 3 things that I got? I didn't even show you, did I? But I'll show you when we get up here to the beach. Hello, Diane again, and John again, and Michelle again. Scott, good to see you. Man, that boy's doing a good job driving that bus, man. I'm being serious, not facetious. It really is. So this is the walk that we go to when we pass by Waikiki Shore, which is right here. I don't know if the auditor is on, but that's that's a hotel one of our members likes to stay. Dale. And Steak Shack is here on the end here on the left. You know what I was going to do, just out of my own kind of interest and curiosity, and we can still do it. It doesn't matter how many people really want to watch it, but I was going to do a live panel and ask anybody who's in the the Virginia, Florida, North Carolina area, all those areas that got impacted by the hurricanes, if they wanted to come on the panel and give kind of everybody an update, because I really, 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 really do not like giving these disclaimers. But so why am I doing it? I'm doing it just because I think I have to, but I don't like it. I don't want to politicize it, but I really don't care one way or the other. It doesn't matter to me what someone's leanings are. The fact is that people are dead and they lost their homes, that got damaged. They're not getting the help that they want. But I would like to, just for my own curiosity, I'd like to find out and hear from people that are members and hear from them. Some of the people had this just minor damage. Others had catastrophic damage. And if there's any members, is that what I'd like to do if I put out a call to our members on the group and on the page and ask them if they want to come on a panel? Obviously, it has nothing to do with Hawaii, but it has everything to do with our members. And I know there's a number of them that have been very, very much affected. Cat Roy, for sure. Something you guys would like. If you want to do it, we'll do it. So I thought let's just go up here at Steak Shack. But let's take a look here. I just want you guys to take a look around here real quick. It's not even just how bad your damage is. It's about the lack of responsiveness. I'd really like to hear from people that are you see them online, you see them on YouTube. Very, very few of the news stations are saying much about it. But I'd like to get it right from the horse's mouth, to be honest. Yeah. So I'll put it out there. I mean, if we get 2 viewers, you know, and maybe they don't want to even come on stream, but they can just have just their just their avatar, and they can come on without their webcam on and talk about things. Maybe they don't want to do it. I don't know. We're going to sit right here so you can see a little bit more right and left. When you're up there on Steak Shack, you're only seeing really one direction. So let's try this out. Look at this really cool box they give you. And look at this. So that's a Queen Amon. That's a Queen Amon. I don't know why that's different, but it's just flattened out. But that's a chocolate one. I think that's mango, and that's just a regular croissant. How about that? That looks so good, doesn't it? Amigo, excuse me. Excuse me. Hey, do you want one of these? We just bought it. We just bought it from Halekulani. Yeah. Which one do you want? That one's good. Perfect. All right, bro. Enjoy it. Dang it. He took the one I wanted. Yeah. All right. So, oops. There you go. Sorry about that jumbling around, guys. He likes it. Dang, it's almost gone. All right. So this is the chocolate. He took the guava one. That sucker. That's their croissant. That's really the one I really want to try. We'll try that. I washed my hands before I came, but I have touched a bunch of surfaces, so I should wash them. But you know what? I took those baby wipes out. So look at that, man. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. It's a butter croissant. Ooh wee, yummy. Wow. You're in your hospital room, Mary? I know you mentioned you've had quite a predicament with your knee. Guys, that is really, really, really good. Oh my goodness. Butter croissant. How about that? That's with some Diamond Head in the background at Steak Shack. Wow, this is so good. Let me put this in here for a second. Is the notifier on here? Look what I have. Napkins. And Janet. 2 weeks, Janet, we'll do this. Let's try this out. Do you know how croissants, when they're done, well, when they're at bakeries, some bakeries so they leave them like overnight, but this one they don't. Man, it's still kind of doughy. Man alive. No, so good. Wow, they have good coffee too. Really, really good coffee. How many of you have eaten here before? Had their coffee or their pastries here? It is so fresh. Yeah, thank you for reminding me, and without an E. Make sure you guys are liking and sharing this. Boy, these birds are, they know what I have. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. I wish I'd have gave him that croissant. How was it? Good? He says it was good. All right, so this is a chocolate. I think this is Kona coffee or Kona chocolate. Queen Amon. I think that piece is chocolate on there. Look at this. It is so heavy. Well, I shouldn't say heavy. It's hard on the outside, but watch out what it does on the inside here. Look at this. These are made out of so many layers. See how much it crumbles? Look how many layers that pastry is. Wow. Boy, that chocolate is so sweet. Just that little bit of chocolate that I had, and this is a chocolate one on the inside too. Oh my goodness. This is just as good as the Kona coffee purveyors version. You know what? I'm actually going to say I think it's a little bit better because it has a cool kind of a, I don't even like that word, a finish on it, but like when you're finished chewing it, I mean, look at that. They roll this out, you know, in huge dough, but they make it. And the only reason I know this is I'm not a pastry chef, but you can watch in the window early in the morning. Kona coffee purveyors, they have this huge table and they roll this dough out super thin. They just layer it, and they roll it out again. They cover it, and they put the whatever the flavoring on there, and then they make, look at the layers on here. Wow. So these are a little bit pricier, a little bit more expensive than Kona coffee purveyors. It was what, $23.45 for the coffee and these 3 Danish. I think the Danish are between $5.50 and $6.25. I believe that's what they were each. Wow. They had those, Janet. They had the plain cinnamon. We'll come down here and we'll do a taste test like we did at the buffet. How's that? So good. Yeah, I do. I like this one better. And you know what? This, even though this is chocolate, and you know what part of it was chocolate, was just that little disc. It's not chocolate. Oh, I guess there is. There's like a little piece of chocolate, but not much. I mean, look at that. It's not like there's melted chocolate in there. They must put a little chocolate on this, like right here. But this is kind of like this part right here has slight chocolate flavoring on it. Not overwhelming at all, because I do not like chocolate, just like straight chocolate. And I was afraid that's what this is going to be. But I like this view better than sitting in front of that store there, the bakery. Guys, get away. Wow. What's puff pastry mean? That's not every pastry, right? You're not talking about? Well, oh, you're not watching? All right, Jill. So what we're doing is we're actually sitting just to the north of Steak Shack. You know those concrete seating areas, and the concrete pylon where we go out and look at the sea turtles is right there in front of us, to the right or to the left. Diamond Head is hard left, and we're looking out at the beautiful morning surf coming in. I think it's coming in. And man, I'm telling you what, that's some of the best. I'm not going to say it's better than the best coffee Starbucks, but that's some of the best coffee I've had right there in a long time. It tastes like I can't really say what it tastes like, but it tastes really, really good. We're surrounded by pigeons, and we were able to share one of our rolls. We bought 3, but I shared one with the gentleman to the left of me over here. I asked him how it was just now. He said he enjoyed it. All right, Ann without an E, glad you got to join us. Yes, it's the second best coffee. But you also have to put into perspective where I'm sitting first thing in the morning, first coffee. I haven't had a coffee yet. The environment has a lot to do with it. So you can kind of romanticize the taste on certain things sometimes, I guess. Should I give the rest of these Danish to the birds? Feed them? Those look like a couple of little pigeons over there. Here, dude. Come here. That was my finger. There you go. Here you guys go. Carrie said she'll be. You look fat. Either you're fat or you're pregnant. So let me give you some. There's a big old fat pigeon right here. Come on, mama. I want to believe that you're pregnant. Here you go, dude. Oh, Michelle, that was horrible to say that. Yeah, I couldn't bring Lucy up. I'm glad I didn't bring her because it would have been a nightmare to carry all this and her and keep her from these pigeons. Shall we go see if there are some turtles? Since we're here, and it's looking turtley, but who knows? Wow, guys! So thanks for joining me on the journey to go get some pastries in the morning. We ought to do that. You know what we should do? We should do that more often. We should do a few of these bakeries. So we should go. We've done this one, the Halekulani. We should go and do the one at Kona Coffee Purveyors. And by the way, if you buy a product, you can bypass the line. Like if you buy a bag of their coffee or something like that, you can bypass their super, super long lines early in the morning. It's a tip from me to you guys. About an hour earlier is when I usually see the most of them, like 6 o'clock in the morning as it's dark and just the sun is shining or coming up a little bit. But who knows? I haven't seen people really gathering over here. So there's no telling whether there's turtles here or not. The tide's low, not quite low, but it's lower. I'll show you the sun rising over Waikiki if you want. It's just really bright. Let me turn around here just a moment. Let me show it to you. The sun rising over Waikiki is not that great. It's really not. It's not really beautiful because by the time it rises and gets above Diamond Head, and the mountain range, it's already, it's already increased in intensity. So it's not as, that golden color and purplish haze as it is when you're over on the east side, at Lanikai Beach or anything like that. Lanikai is where you want to see the sunrise. Yeah, we are sans turtle. I don't see a single flipper, tail, shell, head, anything out here. Oh yeah, the bakery at Waikiki Market. Would you guys like to do that? We could do a short series, do a few days a week. Maybe give a rating. We could do that. We won't count this one. If you want to do that, we won't count this one as a rating. So we have to come back, and maybe we can do a couple of those with tastings with Waikiki Wendy Silva. Of course, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. She won't be up. She doesn't get up till noon. So maybe we'll have to do it with Janet. Do one with Janet. We'll do one with someone else who gets up at a reasonable hour. Yeah, sunsets are much, much, much better here. Look at those big old cangrejo. You probably can't see those fish down there. It's probably too dark or too shaded for you. Does Monkey Pod serve breakfast? They're open. It looks like. I want to find out what's going on at this area here at Waikiki Reef. I'm going to go ask them. You want to go ask? Let's go ask. And there, if you walk down that way, there's the Hilton Hawaiian Village, Rainbow Tower, the Waikikian, the Islander, Tapa Tower, Ali'i Tower, and Halekulani Hotel. And this is the backside of Waikiki Shore Hotel. I like that hotel. I want to go in there and do a room tour for sure. Excuse me, can I ask what you're building here? Is it a restaurant?
It's going to be a wedding chapel.
Is it really?
No,
Wow. Yeah, right. But it is going to be a wedding chapel, though?
yeah, no, this is a wedding chapel.
Wow. I'd rather have a bar and a restaurant. I know, but another one. Yeah, thanks a lot. Did you hear what he said? They're building a wedding chapel. Yikes. A wedding chapel. Deidre, you're on your way here in November, right? All of you who had passes and gift cards and everything owed to you, yeah, I guess they do. I guess they do serve breakfast. We should try breakfast here sometime. See how the sun is glowing back behind the building here? That's really the only time, in my opinion, the sunrise, or when it's first rising up, like the first 15 minutes of the sunrise, and about now when the sun's behind the building, that's really the only time it's very visually appealing. No, it doesn't. It's not taking away more beach, really. It's already there. I mean, this was part of the building for a long time. Just went up there, and this is the only beach that's really left. But it's not taking more away. But now, do you guys remember we were talking about how, there wasn't that much erosion, but that was how long ago? That was probably a week or so ago. And this teal colored pipe was barely just the very tip of it, the very tip of that pipe, not the white one, but this teal colored one right here was barely visible. Now look at it. There's probably 2 feet of sand washed away. And you see these blocks here? Those blocks weren't there either, were they? Remember? I'm sure you guys don't remember that, but I'm just giving you my opinion of it. And remember, this is also somewhat lower tide. It's not low tide, but it's lower tide. But see, even there, even right there where we normally used to be able to walk past there on lower tide, it's because that sand is washed out. It's coming up closer to the building. I should be an environmental structural engineer, huh? Guys, that coffee is so good. It's not high tide, Deidre. If it is, it's fooling the rocks and the sand and that walkway. When it's high tide, those waves are coming over the top of that concrete piling that we walked out on, that deck or that walkway. Those waves are coming up over the top of that when it's higher tide. All but the one, Cat Roy, all the balconies, as I understand it, all the balconies except for the one that was actually damaged, has been repaired, and they've opened up all the balconies now. This is where they have music nightly from 7 to 9, live Hawaiian music. It may be before 7. I think it's before 7. Good. I'm glad you like them. I like the early mornings. The only challenge with the early morning ones are that it's too early for the people in New Zealand and Australia. It's good for UK, good for North America. But unless you're an animal like Lance, they're dead asleep in Australia. There's the Imperial. When did what happen? Joanne, what are you were you speaking of? Six to 9. Thank you, Vicky. Where are you flying from, Carrie? I know you have to go. Where are you flying from, if you don't mind us asking? And what airline are you flying? Flying Hawaiian? Stream Killer, did you go into our favorite ABC store while you were here? Oh, the balcony fall. I believe it was October of last year. A lady was leaning over the railing, and I think the railing fell. Actually, you know what? That's not true. I don't think I think the involvement or the reference of a lady being involved was a lady who was on the sand. I think the railing, the balcony of the railing, kind of like this railing right here, not that size, but the railing fell off a third or fourth story room and fell on the sand. And they said it almost hit a lady who was sunbathing down below. And that's really not accurate. She was about maybe from that tree right there to me, probably further than that, about 15 feet. You can see where she was laying, and then the balcony fell over. I mean, for sure, if a guardrail like that or a lanai railing like that fell off and landed on the sand beside you or 10 or 20 feet from you, it would be quite alarming. But when it fell, they actually closed that room down, of course, moved the people, but they closed all the lanais on that building off right away, and they kept them all locked with zip locks, zip ties, the sliding doors to get out on your balcony or your lanai for several months. And then they slowly but surely started taking them off and opening up those balconies. But for the longest time, and up until just recently, they had that whole column of balconies zip tied shut. You know, the sliding glass doors that lets you access the lanai from the room. It was zip tied shut. Here you go, Stream Killer. Can you see your room from here? Yeah, it's 6, but isn't Linda, isn't 6 a.m. too early for you? Because that's when we started. We started here at 7 a.m. our time. Oh, it would have been 5 o'clock. Right? Is that right? 14th floor? Oh, wow, look at you, fancy. All right, guys, this is going to be a short stream. We're going to wrap this up right here. Make sure you liked and shared if you've liked it. If not, leave a comment why, how we can improve it, how can we make it better. I know having Lucille on the streams ups the quality right away, but she couldn't make it today. It's a little cumbersome to have her and carrying a lot of things. So if you're on the stream, make sure you like and share it. If you're on Facebook, please go to YouTube. YouTube, go to Facebook. Helps out a lot. It really does. I know it gets annoying me saying it a lot, but it'll be worth it when we get a bunch more people on YouTube. Okay, let's do it. 4 L's. 4 L's. Hopefully you laughed, learned, loved, and liked. I think if the like is over here, liked the stream. And if today is your first stream, I cannot believe it if it is, but hopefully it's not your last. If it is your last stream, please give us another shot. I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll learn a lot. I think you have a lot of fun, and know that I love every second, every minute, every hour, every day that you spend with me right here, showing you all of that Hawaii. I think that's how we do it, showing this to you and that. There you go. That's how we'll do it. Aloha.